Hey everybody, it's me, Sarah Wiseman. Welcome. Today we are talking about a kind of interesting subject. I think it's interesting anyway. Is AI, artificial intelligence, helping us evolve? Learn why AI is the most significant influencer on human change right now. And of course, this is in early days, right? AI is just sort of getting going, and we're going to find out more as we continue. Now, I so as an Aquarian, I am deeply interested in technology and how technology sort of arrives into our lives, and not so much the conveniences it provides or how it shifts our day to day. Like my house is very low tech. I hardly have anything that's new, but I'm deeply interested in how things like the internet, when that came about, smartphones, social media, and now AI all start to connect us to each other's in ways that we couldn't have even dreamed of before. I remember when I was a child hearing about some kind of TV where you could just press it and then it would change, or you could interact with the TV screen. And, this just seemed like a miraculous thing. Like, how could that even be possible? And of course, a lot of you listening, you've never known it to not be that way. And so these ideas that we have in our head come into fruition, and we just wonder, like, what's this about? Why does technology arrive to, like, a human race or a population on a planet? Why does technology arrive, and what does it bring people to? And I think in the case of AI, as far as I've been sort of thinking about it, meditating on it, experimenting with chat and some other things, I think that what AI is doing is it's breaking the language barrier completely. Now, things aren't necessarily being used. This is probably going to date immediately after I say this. It'll be different, but AI chat, people think, oh, you can get them to write your stuff for you. Yes, and you can get them to write your stuff in different voices, and it's very fast, and it doesn't sound quite the same, and it doesn't have the particular layer of original thought that something that you wrote yourself would have, but it's very convenient for things that don't need original thought at this point. But also as a translation device, pretty soon, all of the ways we translate it, it's going to be much, 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 much faster, or even instantaneous, so that by the time you're looking at this, AI can go in and just make me speak Spanish, or make me speak German, or make me speak Chinese, or whatever it is. And so very quickly, there's no communication barrier. There will still be the various cultural barriers from how we were raised and sort of the societal norms that we've been raised with. But as AI continues and we have more and more exposure to different types of people from around the world, different ages, different nations, different experiences, and suddenly we can speak to them in a way that there's no language barrier, and we can spend time with them discussing ideas, and we start to realize the great similarity of humanity as a species, I guess, and also the differences, the different places we're coming from, the different ways that we think about things, and the different values that we hold. So this creates it's like a giant door opening into understanding who we are as humans, and understanding what our goals are as a global collective, not just a national collective, or not just a regional collective, or not just some kind of identity collective or political collective that we've got, a religious collective. It sort of takes the view and says, hey, we're a planetary collective, of humans. And of course, you know, the animals, the plants, the other living beings with consciousness, that's not too far behind. So pretty soon, we start to have ways to communicate that we didn't have before. With more communication is initially going to probably come, you know, as humans, we're great at creating chaos. That's going to happen. But also the bigger gift of humans is our heart. And with more communication and more exposure, we're going to have more compassion for the experience of the other person who's, you know, far away. So I know that people are afraid of AI, and that makes sense. We've been raised on a lot of you know, things about the technological overlords taking us over. But I'm pretty excited personally about the idea of opening conversation to many, many diverse people and seeing what they have to say and learning from each other. That's what I'm excited about. And again, that's all the earth part. And then we add the soul part, right? Where hopefully we're not just talking to each other using AI as this instantaneous translator, but we're also beginning the practice of connecting to each other on a soul level in meditation fields where we go into the realms and we connect soul to soul at that level. So we're getting not only the earthly instantaneous translation, but we're getting that instantaneous divine connection with each other as souls, or at our highest level of spirit being. A lot of interesting things happening. I'm personally very excited to be living on the planet at this time. I mean, I probably was excited to be living on the planet at other times too. That's just probably how I was. But this time it just seems like a very exciting time when we're at the start of a renaissance of some kind, and here we are to see it. So I'm going to exist without fear and just go into this with a very open mind and hoping for the beautiful possibilities that are there. I'm SARA Wiseman, and you will find me at sarawiseman.com.